I wanted to do something for him. He had done so much for me, changed me completely. I needed to do something. He'd given me new life. He'd given me dignity. And now he was gone. I felt lost and empty. We hadn't had time to anoint his body properly at the time of his burial, so I went with some of the other women on the day after the Sabbath. It was a short walk, but it took a long time there. I cried all the way. So we got to a tomb. I knew it was the right one, because we'd been there at the burial too. But as we arrived, I noticed that the stone in front of it had been rolled away. I went numb. I thought somebody must have come and stolen the body. I couldn't believe it. Not only had they killed him, they'd also taken him away from us. Something surged up inside of me and I couldn't control myself. I started shaking. I wanted to scream and cry, but nothing came out. And suddenly, there was a bright light, and I looked, and I saw this man. He said something to me, something about Jesus having risen. I thought it was the voices returning. Jesus had healed me of those demons. But now he was gone, they had returned, and I couldn't take any more. I turned and I ran. The other women followed me, screaming through Jerusalem. I don't know how, but we found the place where some of the disciples had gathered. We banged on the door until they let us in, and told them what we'd seen and heard. They didn't believe us. They'd never really known how to take me, and I don't blame them. I was hysterical. Eventually, Peter and John went to look for themselves. I followed them. They went into the tomb and saw it was just as we had told them. Then they went away. They hadn't noticed me, and I was all alone once more. Alone and lost. I just buried my face in my hands and cried. Then I sensed that someone was coming. I looked up. It was the gardener. I thought he might have known what was happened. So desperate, I ran to him, and the words all came tumbling out. But as I was speaking, I heard him say my name. Mary. I recognised that voice. How could I not know that voice? That voice which spoke with such commanding authority and love. I looked up into his face, smiling down at me. It was radiant. It was him. It was Jesus. And the angel was right. He had risen. I was crying again, but these weren't tears of despair. This was joy, pure joy. Jesus had come back, and never had I felt so close to him.